Welcome to our video lesson on mixed numbers and improper fractions. Before we can talk about converting between mixed numbers and improper fractions, I need to make sure you know what each of them are. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about the definition of each type of number. Alright, proper fractions. Please write this down on your guided note. Proper fractions are fractions with a numerator that is less than the denominator. I'm going to write down a few examples. We have 4/5, because our numerator, which is the number on the top, is smaller than our denominator, which remember denominator starts with the D for down, so that's the 5. The next one would be 11/15. Our numerator is 11 and it's smaller than the 15, so it is a proper fraction. One more. Let's do 8/10. Again, our numerator is smaller than the denominator. Okay, that's proper fractions. Now let's look at the opposite of that, improper fractions. When something's improper, it means like not correct. So improper fractions are fractions that are a little bit funny or not correct, where the numerator is greater than or equal to its denominator. That would be looks a little bit funny. So it would be something like this. 6/5 is an improper fraction. It's improper because this 6 is bigger than the 5. Let's do another one. 11/9 is another improper fraction. And the last one is 4/4. That's an improper fraction because our numerator is the same size as our denominator. It's equal to. Okay, mixed numbers. Mixed numbers are numbers that show the sum of a whole number and a proper fraction. Okay, we talked about proper fractions back here, so you need to know what a proper fraction is in order to know what a mixed number is. Let's do some examples. A mixed number could be 6 and 2/3, because it shows the sum of a whole number and a proper fraction. Let's do one more. We could have 11 and 5/12. That's another mixed number. Please make sure you have all of this written down. If you don't have it written down, click pause and then move on to our next example. Now we're going to talk about writing mixed numbers as improper fractions. The first thing is you need to write down our steps. Our steps are, number 1, multiply the whole number by the denominator. Step 2, add this product to the numerator. Step 3, write this sum over the denominator. Okay, let's do an example because there's a lot of big words in here and this will help make it seem a little bit more concrete. Number 1, we have 6 and 2/3 and we need to write it as an improper fraction. Step 1, multiply the whole number by the denominator. Okay, our whole number is 6. Our denominator is 3. So we're going to multiply 6 times 3, and that gives us 18. Then it says add this product, that's this product right here that we just found, to the numerator. Well, our numerator is 2. So then we're going to add 18 plus 2. And that's going to give us 20. So we've done step 1, and now we've done step 2. Step 3, write this sum over the denominator. Our denominator is 3, so all we're going to do is write that 3 over here underneath the 20. So our improper fraction is 20/3. So now we're done step 3. Okay, I'd like to draw your attention to this diagram here. This diagram represents both our improper fraction and our mixed number. You can see that we have 6 holes. 6 of these are completely filled in. And then we have 1 that's not completely filled in. This one right here represents our 2/3 because 2 of the 3 parts are filled in. These 6 are completely filled in. Well, let's count how many thirds we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We have 20/3, and that's what this fraction here shows. So these two fractions are representing the same thing, it's just written in a different way. My challenge for you is to pause the video now and try and do this next example on your own. If you're not ready for that and you're going, well, Miss Fortune, I can't do that yet, follow along with me and then try the practice later on your own. So we're going to write 3 4/7 as an improper fraction. Step 1, multiply the whole number by the denominator. So we have 3 times 7, and that gives us 21. And then we're going to add this product to the numerator. So now we have 21 plus 4. That gives us 25. Our last step is to write the sum over the denominator. Our denominator is 7, and so our improper fraction is 25/7. If you need to, pause the video or go back and watch stuff again. Make sure you're understanding how to go from a mixed number to an improper fraction. Because now we're going to talk about the opposite, going from an improper fraction to a mixed number. First, I need you to write down your steps. The first step is to divide the numerator by the denominator. So please write this step down. There's another step that I forgot to put in your guided note, but it is written right here, and I called it step 1.5. The quotient becomes your whole number. Please write that down somewhere on your guided note. Make sure it's obvious that it goes with these steps. Then step 2, write the remainder as the numerator and keep the denominator. I'm going to add the same. And then step 3 is very important. Simplify if possible. Okay, let's do an example. We need to write these improper fractions as mixed numbers in simplest form. So step 1, divide the numerator by the denominator. Remember, numerator is on the top. Denominator starts with a D, so it's the one on the bottom. And we're going to divide 9 divided by 6. How many times can 6 go into 9? 6 goes in 9 once. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtraction, we get a 3. Stop there. We're going to leave it with a remainder. We're done step 1. Now we do step 1.5. The quotient becomes your whole number. Our quotient is our answer up here. So 1 is our whole number. Step 2, write the remainder as the numerator and keep the denominator the same. Our remainder is 3. So that becomes the numerator. And then our denominator stays the same. It was a 6. Done step 2. Now we need to do our last step, simplify if possible. Can I simplify this fraction here? Well, yes, I can. 3 and 6, they have a common factor that is not just 1. Let's see what it is. 3, the factors of 3 are 1 and 3. The factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. So their greatest common factor is actually 3. That means we need to divide the numerator and the denominator by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then this is really important. Don't forget your 1. You need to write your 1 over here again. It doesn't need to be divided by anything. It stays the way it was. So in simplest form, 9/6 can be written as 1 1/2. If you feel ready, try and do the next example on your own. Pause the video. If you're not ready yet, that's okay. Follow along with me. Step 1, divide the numerator by the denominator. So again, we're going to take 40 and divide it by 9. 9 can't go into 4, but 9 can go into 40. 9 goes into 40 4 times. 4 times 9 is 36. We subtract those two and get 4 as our remainder. Stop here. Do not continue. Don't add a decimal. You don't want to do that in this unit. Next, we're going to do step 1.5. The quotient becomes our whole number. In this case, our quotient is 4, so our whole number is 4. Step 2, write the remainder as the numerator. So our remainder is 4, and we're going to write that as our numerator. And that goes up here. And then our denominator stays the same, and our denominator was 9. So we're going to keep that the same and keep it as a 9. Now, we need to think if we can simplify this. Well, what are our factors of 4? Factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. The next thing is to think of what are our factors of 9? 1, 3, and 9. Do 4 and 9 have a common factor? No. So that means that our fraction is already in simplest form. and that this here, 4 4/9, is our mixed number. That's all for our video lesson. If you aren't confident with any of this stuff, please feel free to go back and watch the video again. And then also you can always ask me in class. That's all for now.